What's up guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be installing my Hydro e-brake onto the Miata. So all I need to grab now is just some brake fluid. We're gonna go to the store, grab some brake fluid, then we're gonna come back here and we're gonna put the Hydro in. So we're actually gonna make our own bracket. By we, I mean me and somebody else that has a welder. We're gonna make a bracket so the Hydro will sit where I want it to, and it's gonna replace the stock e-brake handle. So I'll see you guys when we're in the car on the way to the store. So we're now in the Miata on the way to the store to grab the brake fluid. So I don't know if you can see, but this is what we're gonna replace. We're gonna make a plate here, and I'll show you later on, but we're gonna replace this with our new Hydro e-brake. Goes like this. So let's get going. See you guys when I come back. All right, we'll be back. So I got some brake fluid, and I also got a brake bleeder kit just in case, or not just in case, because I don't have one, so that we can bleed the system so it can be nice and fresh when I rip the handle. So let's go. I'm gonna try to give it, you know, a little 1-2. Hopefully we can hear the pop. Hopefully there's no cops. Let's hope. Thank you, bro. Extra loud today, like way louder than normal. I don't know what it is, but I'm not complaining. All right, so we're back here. We're gonna start popping all of this carpet off, and then we're gonna take the bracket for the e-brake off, and then we will start welding and making a bracket for this. So cue the time lapse. There we go. E-brake handle is out, baby. Look at that. Throw this shit away. All right, so let's see if you guys can see it. We have our little area where we're gonna weld. Just gonna clean some of this stuff up right there. I'm gonna weld the plate to it. Here's the old e-brake line. We're not gonna use that anymore. Now we have our e-brake over there. Nice car. Thank you, man. so I have now routed where the first brake line or hydro line is going to tee from, which is going to be here. And luckily enough, there's a little hole, like a square, that runs right through the firewall underneath where the pedals come out from. And I ran it through here. I don't think you can see, but I ran it through here, through the dash, and now it's gonna plop out right there. So I have this, I'm gonna make a template. We're actually gonna do a bolt-on. So we're gonna use these 3 existing holes from the old Ebrake line. We're gonna use these 3 existing holes here and make some sort of bracket that bolts on here and it comes up flat. So it's gonna look like this. And then from there I can position where I want the hydro to be. I'll drill the holes and all of that good stuff. So I'm hoping that we can get it to go here, so I still have enough room for the hydro, so it's not in the way of my shifter. That would be very bad. You don't want to be ripping your hydro and all of a sudden you're in third, now you're back down to second, or you're back. You don't want to do any of that. So we got that going now. We're going to take out this seat and all the crap down there, take that line, run it through the firewall here, leave it back there until we get this situated here. Then we'll go ahead and tee it out to the back, tee this in, put that to the master cylinder, bleed the system, and then we should test for it somewhere down over there. I don't know where we're going to test it, but we are going to test it. I'll show you guys when we are done and we have the bracket installed. All right, so we made the template, just made that. This is how it is. So we're gonna bolt it on to these 3 bolts. So it sits like this in there. It's a bit rough, but that's the idea of it. And then we are going to take this piece here, weld it on here, so it's on this piece and not on the transmission tunnel. It's gonna sit here, then the hydro I can either put closer to the front, closer to the back, but I do have to keep in mind the length of this line will only reach here. So I can't put it too far back or else I'm stretching the line. So I'll probably put it right in the middle or towards the front, so I still have, you know, some good room. And obviously I'll keep it away from the shifter as well, but that will come later. I also drilled out a hole down here so that this other line here can run through the rear firewall and right into the TN, and I'll show you guys that when I have the car jacked up in the air and everything. We're at the back and we got the line teed into our brakes. So this is going to be the rear, this will be the output line. So have that there. This is the old Ebrake. You can see it's kind of dripping brake fluid right now. I haven't fully disconnected it yet, so it's just going to slowly drip in there. Don't worry, I have some brake fluid there. So we'll have this line go under the carpet, kind of like that. So it's running through the firewall. I'm gonna get a grommet to put here so that there's no chafing or anything like that. And we'll throw this down there like that. This line will go to the hydro, and then I have that line up there that's from the brake booster, and that's gonna go to the hydro. All right, so we got the front one fitted. We have this one here. We have it through the firewall. The only issue I'm having is I can't put the hydro where I want it to be, which is here. So we're gonna have to come up, kind of throw this template away, and we have to think of another solution for it to mount here. And that's really that's our best bet right now. And that's really our biggest issue right now. But I have all the lines through, all the lines are routed, they're all mounted where they're supposed to be. Now it's just making the bracket, which is the hardest part of anything. All right, so we hit a big problem. The first fitting, as you can see, it's in, but this fitting here, I don't know if it's stripped, what happened, but this bottom thread is not the correct size, but this is. So I have to run to the hardware store and see if they have this exact fitting with a smaller thread. Now, if that doesn't work, then it's stripped. And we could probably fix it, but that's gonna set me back a long time, and it's just so annoying that I have to deal with strip bolts. But let's hope it's not stripped. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna see if they have the piece. If they do have the piece, perfect, we'll put it in today. If they don't have the piece, then I gotta order it online or find somewhere, contact where I got it from, and see if they have the correct size. So, dang. I'm recording on my phone because I don't have any of my cameras, but this little problem has turned into such a big problem that it's kind of frustrating. So what we're doing now is I actually ordered another master cylinder because of the fact that I messed up the threads here. But for now, so it can hold, and just so I can go through trial and error myself as well, which I like to do, is I'm actually going to use a 7/16 20 thread chaser to go all the way down, get rid of all of the old threads in there, and then I'm gonna take my other fitting that I'm supposed to use, make my own threads in here, and it should hold up for now. And then while the other one ships out, then obviously we'll switch them and I'll put the correct fittings on both of them. So back in the last clip, I was telling you guys about this fitting. So what I actually did is I made my own threads, but it was still wobbling around and loose. And as you can tell, this looks super glossy and this one doesn't. It just looks normal, but look at this one. That's because your boy put some JB Weld all over it and all around because I didn't want it to leak. So I let it cure, but I'm gonna let it cure some more. So I'm just gonna leave it. And then tomorrow morning, we're gonna put the 2 lines on, bleed the system, and check for leaks. If it is leaking, then like I said, I had ordered another one. We'll just put the other one on. But if there's no leaks, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do in like times like this, so. I should have been filming earlier, but we were bleeding the brakes on the car and it was bright and sunny. There was no worries. Like, look, it's bright and sunny over there. And then it starts pouring rain on us out of nowhere. So it's the next day from when I filmed and we still haven't, or everything is in line, everything is lined up. So now we're bleeding the system and then we still have to weld the bracket on for the hydro brake. But we can't weld in the rain and I don't want to get soaking wet. You know, Southern California, perfectly sunny over there, and all of a sudden it's a storm over here. I don't get it. So we're gonna try to wait the rain out and hopefully we can, you know, keep going to what we're doing. And it doesn't help I lost my phone either. I have no clue where it's at. I don't know if it's in the Miata, my Corolla, or inside. So now I gotta chase my phone around and dodge this rain. All right, so I filmed that clip maybe like 5 minutes ago. And look at that. Man, it has stopped raining. So we're gonna lower the front or the rear down, do the fronts, and bleed the system. So as of right now, we just bleeded the rear two, and it already feels good. Like, we pulled the hydro, there's a lot of pressure in the system right now, but we haven't even done the fronts yet, and I'm super excited. So the only thing that we have left to do is bleed the front and weld the bracket on. And once we do that, the ground is wet, it's raining. I'm gonna go to a super secret test facility out here, and we're gonna just do some drifting. I mean, that's the only thing you can do when you put a hydro in. What are you just gonna do, leave it there? Nope. So we're gonna go drifting. The brake system is all bled. There's no leaks. I'll show you the inside. So it isn't mounted up yet to where it's supposed to go, which is gonna be right here. But that thing is firm and it locks up. So I can't wait. Now we're just waiting to see if it clears up a little bit more so we can bring the welder out, tack this into place. Already has the holes drilled. Don't mind it's all rusted and ugly, but a bracket's a bracket. We all got held up just because of some bad weather and some rain. But that's how it goes when you don't have a garage. I am gonna get a garage one day, soon, in the near future. I will get a garage, so I can start doing this, upload more content, because I still have a radiator I need to put in, and we're planning on an engine swap soon. I'm not gonna say what engine yet because I kind of want it to be a little surprise. I've told some people what I want it to be, but I kind of backtracked and now I'm thinking about something else. So maybe LS, maybe 1.8 turboed, maybe SR, you know, don't know yet. But it will be engine swapped and it will be turboed within this year.
Shall work.
It's now cleared up a little bit. Yesterday it was raining, or I don't want to say yesterday, last night. Oh shoot. Oh. Okay, well, it was pouring rain yesterday, and I mean like it was coming down. And I got scared that my car was like leaking through. Like this is all on the inside, all of that water's on the inside. And it doesn't help that that's ripped back here too. And I'm just trying to open the car. Yeah, look at the whole seat is wet. Whatever. But we have some good news. The hydro is in its place and it's where it's supposed to be. It's all mounted up. As you can see, we actually used a bracket to bolt it on. There's 3 bolts. And then we welded the long plate up here, welded that on, and then cut and kind of rounded the edges, especially here, so if my leg hits, I don't slice my leg open. But surprisingly, it isn't too close to the wheel. Like I already tested it and it's fine. The only issue I have right now is that it's not locking the wheels because we haven't bled the system properly. So that's what I'm gonna work on later today. I'm gonna park the car downstairs in the garage, and I'm actually gonna try to like re-bleed the system and bleed it perfectly, get every air bubble out of the system, and I'm gonna bleed the hydro as well. All right, so the brake system now is fully bled on the car, and the brake pedal feels fantastic. So does the e-brake. It's nice and stiff, and it locks up, but it doesn't lock up super good. I'll show a clip right now of it actually locking up in the air to prove that it does. But when I drive it on the street, it doesn't lock up to where I want it to. It will lock up the rear tires, but not enough to get it sideways, if that makes any sense. So what I'm gonna do is just keep bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding just the hydraulic brake from these lines right here. This is called an inline system. So it's taking brake fluid from the front master cylinder, bypassing the ABS, going straight through the hydro, and then this rear line obviously going to the back to calipers. Now what I'm thinking, because it's not locking up correctly, is I may need new brake pads, because to be fair, I don't really have much left in the rear. And I just need to keep bleeding it. If that doesn't work and it's not to how I want it to, I may need to switch over to an independent hydraulic system and make my own lines and all of that stuff. So what's cool is that I'm taking a brakes class at my college coming up this semester. So I could bring this for a project there and record it all. So I may just keep this in the car for now. I kind of like how it looks, and I can maybe get away with sliding it around, especially in the rain, but definitely not to where I want it to yet. So that project may be for when I go to the school. So I'll definitely keep filming for that. But as of right now, it is in, and it feels really good. So that is how I installed my Hydro e-brake. And mind you that, of course, anytime you are working on a car, you're gonna run into issues. And that's a part of working on cars, and that's what makes it fun. If everything just went to how it was supposed to go, there would probably be, it wouldn't be that interesting working on cars, because you can't use your creativity to work around problems or fix it. So there we are. That's the new Hydro e-brake in the Miata. Sorry about that, someone called me right in the middle of me filming. But I'm just noticing, for some reason, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's raining, or it's sprinkling. And it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the e-brake's in. It was a fun little project, and I'm super grateful that I can do it. I just wish that it was how I visioned it to be, but it's not, and that's how working on cars goes. But definitely there will be, you know, a good working hydro e-brake in the near future with this car. So thanks for watching again, guys. I will post a video, or I'll post this video soon, and I will make a video on the Corolla. So I'll make a full walk through the Corolla and probably go take it up to the canyons for a drive. So that will be in another video, but I'm done with the car and it works out pretty good. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.